Good morning and welcome. Welcome to CSL Greater Boston. We are live from Medford, Massachusetts, and also online. So whether you are watching us on Facebook or maybe you're watching us on YouTube, welcome. We have a wonderful service, beautiful music, a wonderful minister gets guest to us today that is going to just give a beautiful message from a beautiful human being. So I am so happy to be here with each and all of you, knowing that in this oneness, as we come together, and I didn't even tell you my name is Gina. That's how excited I am to be here. I am Gina at Bovario Krupka, blessed to be here as the spiritual director of this beloved community. And we are a teaching of the science of mind, which is a mixture of religion, philosophy, and science. We come together to know truth, to practice love, peace, joy, and create the life of our dreams. We are here today with a message: dare to redesign your life. Conceive, believe, and achieve. If that isn't a science of mind message, nothing is. We are here to know truth and to celebrate. And that is exactly what we're going to do. And as we listen to this first song in the One Voice Choir, it is the Hero from Mariah Carey, covered by children that are just phenomenal. And when you watch this and listen to this, I encourage you to see those children. And as you see the infinite potential in their eyes, know that that same potential is within you.
There's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and the emptiness you felt will disappear. Yeah, that a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. I know dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away.
Just hold on, there will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find a way.
And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So
And there is no doubt that a hero lies in you. That power, that divine, infinite blessing, living, breathing, and moving as each one of those beautiful children is the exact same power living and breathing within you. And to really begin our service this morning, our beloved Karen is going to do our invocation for us.
Good morning. Everybody take a deep breath and breathe in that hero. That song is so powerful. And that hero is inside of us, around us, through us, as us, everywhere that we are. We are surrounded by this presence that lifts us up and carries us and holds us in his or her hands. That presence is inside of us as a hero, as love, as kindness, as happiness. All of that is in this room this morning. All of this is wherever you are watching, on YouTube, on New Thought Media, out in the internet. That presence, that power blesses each one of us, blesses our service, blesses our words, our thoughts, everything that we feel this morning and every day, and also in the world. The world is blessed with kindness from that presence. And so as we bless the technology and Gina and Reverend JJ and everyone in this room and out in the world of the internet, we know that it's all perfect, whole, and complete just as we are. And we are thankful for the opportunity to hear the words and the songs. And we know it is all good and very good. And so with that same deep breath, we ground it by saying, and so it is.
Thank you so much for that beautiful invocation. And I'm going to share a reading this morning from one of my favorite books by Ernest Holmes, Creative Ideas. And the title of it is The Gladness of Living. Affirmative prayer means that we clear the mind of all doubt and fear and turn in faith to the great giver of life. It means that we become aware of the presence of God within and around us, here and now. It means that we affirm this presence and accept it quietly, calmly, and peacefully in all of its fullness. We let go of every anxious thought, surrender every doubt and fear. We look out upon the world and say that it is our world, and it is a good world because it's God's world. In this knowledge, we receive confidence and inspiration from the source of all life, and divine love guides our every action. I now accept the domain which God has given. I accept the life which Spirit has implanted within me, and this life reaches out to everything around me in joy and gladness, with the blessed assurance that all is well. I affirm that there is nothing that can hinder me from entering into the fullness and completeness of my own self expression and perfection of being. In this, I have a faith, a conviction, an assurance that cannot be moved. For as a child of God, I am established in and around, surrounded by God's love. Only joy, happiness, and gladness fill all the days of my life. And so it is. So knowing that absolute truth, the next song I'm going to play goes right in with that. We are knowing I am the place God shows up. Each one of us, it's so important that we remember that we are the hands, the voice, the heart of Spirit in a world that so desperately needs to see it and feel it and experience it right here, right now in divine community. I get that. I know that. I live that. And in that knowing, you listen, and I invite you to remember on a cellular level, remember who and whose you are.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place.
I am the place where God
You
lives,
are the place.
moves and breathes and has
We
its
are the
being.
place
I am the place
where God shows up. I am the place.
I am the place where God
You are the place.
moves and breathes and has
We
its
are the
being.
place
I am the place
where God shows up. I want you to clap your hands and sing it with me. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Eddie Watkins, can I have some more of that? Can we have some more of that? A little more? A little more.
I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Eddie Watkins.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Such power in that. And if there's someone that I know that when I see them and I look in their eyes, I know that that is the place that spirit shows up. This next woman is definitely one of those people. The first time that I was blessed to be in a class with her. And it was probably the last class she took in her ministerial path and just blew me away. Exudes inspiration. Our speaker today she had an entire huge, wonderful corporate America career and was called by spirits and has walked her spiritual path. And she received her master's in consciousness studies from the Florida campus where I'm out of, through the Holmes Institute. And she is currently serves as the Inclusion and Social Justice Minister for the Centers of Spiritual Living of Cincinnati. And they are blessed to have her. She works on several nonprofits, one of which she started, at least one of which she started. And they work to organize and build moderate and middle class market homes to raise money for college scholarships for high school graduates in Madisonville, Cincinnati, Ohio. She is a gift and a social justice warrior. She is someone who walks her talk and someone that I go to when I need inspiration, when I am in a place of frustration, because we all get there. And the topic today is just it very much embodies all of the energy that she is. And for those of you that are watching now, there is going to be a short workshop afterwards that you can join via Zoom as well. So, there's going to be, we're talking about gratitude and expansion in every way. And the topic is Dare to Redesign Your Life. Conceive, believe, and achieve. And for that, I bring in Reverend J.J. Giudice. What a gift it is for us to have you here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Gina. Thank you all for having me here today. I am honored and blessed to be with you in Boston. I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I just love my faith walk and love the Florida campus. And we are all just so close down there and across the country, really, because we are all the place where God lives. God dwells in us and we know it. And I want to talk to you today just a little bit about doing something bold with your life and doing something creative with your life. As we talk this month about the theme of living everyday wonder, this month's theme is creativity. And we've talked about the donkey, that stubborn donkey, that thing that gets into you that says, yes, I can, no, I can't. Yes, I can. Oh, no, I can't. And we've talked about allowing spirit to express through you and how spirit expressed even through Palm Sunday and Easter. Those were all spiritual things that are part of our consciousness. So today I'm talking about being bold, and the title is Dare to Redesign Your Life, to conceive, believe, and achieve that you can and you will, but you have to believe it. But you have to conceive it first, because thoughts become things, right? That is what science of mind is all about. Thoughts become things. But you must believe it. You must believe it. So this week, we're talking about what do you bring to the world that is your creative self? What is it that you want to do that's part of your expression of the divine that you have put on hold, or that someone told you, oh honey, now you just shouldn't be doing that, but it's in here, and you just push it down sometimes because you're not so sure that it will be accepted. You're not so sure that it will be accepted. You know, what I want to share with you is, years ago, I thought the right thing for me to do for my life was to be on this corporate path. And I was always out helping people, but it was like, you know, going to the next rung of the ladder and trying to do this. But that's what my parents told me I was supposed to do. They told me, said, you're supposed to go to college, get a good education, and have an office job. Oh, we'll be so proud of you. And I quashed so many things because I like to inspire people to aspire to their greater greatness. And I was always told, as a Black woman in the Black church growing up, I grew up in a Black Southern Baptist church, women weren't supposed to be speakers on the pulpit. We can give the announcements, but you can't be on the pulpit delivering the word of encouragement and of grace. And the word back then, it was the Bible. So I quashed again myself. And then I found a Unity Center in Cincinnati while I was in college at Xavier. And I saw this woman by the name of Pat Barker, who was the co-minister with her husband, Jack. And they rotated turns on pulpit, and she was living out loud her creativity, her faith, her belief, and building community to the point where so many people wanted to come, they had to have 2 services. And to the point where so many people wanted to be there, they wanted to just walk up to her afterwards to try to feel some of that creativity, some of that joy, some of that excitement. And I want to leave you today with that joy and that excitement of being authentically who you are. But again, believe, achieve, conceive, believe, and achieve. Conceive, believe, and achieve. I want to share with you right away today's affirmation, and I have a short little reading from Science and Mind I want to share with you. Today's affirmation is, I am bold, audacious, and daring. Yes, I am bold, audacious, and daring. And if you look at the B and the A and the D, it just says, I am bad. And you are certainly bad because you're bold, audacious, and daring. And you're so bad that you're bold, audacious, and daring enough to stop the monkey chatter of what if and I can't and I shouldn't, or what would they say? What would they say if I decided, oh, I want to paint a picture? I want to be a painter. What would they say if you wanted to play an instrument and you've never played before, but you want to take some lessons because maybe you sing? What would they say? We're going to talk about getting rid of the what would they say thoughts and being authentically who you are and allowing that juice of creativity to define who you are for you, for yourself. Ernest Holmes said, and I'll read this to you. It's from the Science of Mind on page 212.4, paragraph 4. Healing is not creating a perfect idea or a perfect body. It is revealing idea which is already perfect. The intention to reveal a creative idea, creative solutions, or creative possibilities actually paves the way for the truth to be revealed as needed. That revelation is the truth of who you are. That creative thought, that creative expression is living on purpose in you. So let's talk about bringing it out. Okay? Now, some people may say to you, and I will ask you to just think about it and jot it down if you're live with us here on StreamYard right now. What is it that you want to do? What is the fire in your belly of a gift that you want to give of yourself that's creative, that is inspiring to you, that may inspire others? What is it? What is it? Do you want to write a play? Oh, you didn't go to school for writing. Well, you don't have to, because all the tools you need are divinely in you anyway. It is divinely ordained that your excellence dwells within, because the mind of God is yours, right? So anything that you believe that you can do, you can do. So what's the next step? How do you go inside yourself and live out loud? You become bad. You become bold and audacious and daring. Someone said once to me, and they may have said it to you, get that education, go to school. You did that. There's something else you want to do. Well, I am so excited to see so many people, even here in Cincinnati at my center, who are 70 and 80 and well over 81. They're going to school. They're taking classes, especially for seniors, to do something that they want to do. I honor the millennials. I'm surrounded by them in my family with my nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews, because what they went to school for, what we told them, because we repeated the same message to them that our parents repeated to us, because we thought it was the right thing to do. They've stopped. They're doing something wonderful that makes them happy, because when you're creative, it usually brings you joy, because it's not work. It's excitement. It's fun. Have you ever looked at a piece of furniture and thought, I know what it was intended for, but I have an idea. I think that I'm going to, I'm a decoupage this furniture and make it into something prettier that suits me. And you make that piece of furniture, and someone comes to your house and they see it and they say, where'd you buy that? And you stand tall and say, I just was fooling around in the basement or in the garage, and I just thought I got tired of it looking the way it did. So I decoupaged it. I put varnish on it to seal in the pictures or the papers or whatever that you used. And it becomes new. It becomes something absolutely beautiful and magnificent. That's creative mind expressing through you. And that's what I'm inviting you to do today. Science of Mind says we must recognize that we live in a field of infinite wisdom and wholeness, pure potentiality. Again, what is yours to do is already in you. And that still small voice may have been speaking to you already. But are you listening? Or are you saying no? Are you in a place where you're saying to yourself, it's time for me to do something different? Maybe you're 30 years old, maybe you're 40. Maybe you're like some of the seniors. Maybe you're like me. I hit the big 6-5 this year, and I got to tell you, Medicare found me. They find you. And I said, I'm already doing something different that I wanted to do, and I'm getting to do it better. And I'm getting to talk to people all over the world through StreamYard and Zoom and other platforms. And I talk to people all over Greater Cincinnati. And it's wonderful, because that's mine to do. That brings me joy. But I also like to make jewelry. And why? Because it brings me joy. And I never thought someone would see me wearing something and say, girl, where'd you get that? I said, well, I made it. I made it. You're kidding, right? No, I made it. Do you sell those? Well, I never thought about selling them. I made them for me. Well, can you make me one? What will you charge? It was a surprise that someone would pay me for something that I doodled around with, just being creative, just releasing those juices, that mind, that wisdom, that spirit has just, oh, I'm just so full. That spirit has given to me. That spirit has blessed me with. It is all in here and in here. You know, and I say in here and here because I'm pointing to my heart and my head. When that mind of ours with our heart work together, that is harmony. And that's creativity. And that's something that you too can do. You know, the song we heard the kids sing earlier in today's message and today's service was about the hero. And when I say audacious, you have to kind of stand up for yourself and do what's yours to do that brings you joy, that brings out that creative juice. I met a man that had retired at his brother's funeral back in January at our center. And I'd never met the man before, but I knew his brother. His brother was an avid reader. And this man had retired. He'd spent time in the military and did all of his tours there 20 years in, came out and did something else. And Spirit led him before the pandemic became what it is to go to school to learn how to do respiratory therapy. What's creative in that? Well, Spirit led him to do that. And that was creative in that when he started doing it and the pandemic kicked in, it was his joy to help people breathe better. It was something in him that kept speaking, go to work and help these people breathe better and work overtime if you have to, because it's not really work. It was his privilege. It was his joy. It was his second, third time in a career that made him happy. And I express this to you to do something that makes you happy, not something that someone else told you that you should do, and not holding back on that which you want to do because someone told you you're not good enough. Because anybody that's told you that you weren't good enough, they've lied to you. They haven't spoken truth to you. Again, you are better than good enough. You're fantabulous. And you must know that, because I don't know all of you, but I know for sure that all of you have that too. Fantabulous. So let's talk about something. I started a choir years ago. I'm saying I started a choir when I was 15 years ago, when I was 15 years old. And it's called the James McCrae Choral Ensemble here in Cincinnati. Now, people told me at 15, you can't do that because you can't sing. Well, when I would sing at church, I directed the choirs, and my mother and my father would get up there and say, sing, baby, sing. Make mama and daddy proud. Just sing. Praise the Lord. And I would sing. But I was better as a choir director, and I enjoyed that, so I decided to start a choir. People said, why are these children up there? Teenagers, what do they know about this? Well, today, this choir is still singing. Some of the people have made their transitions, and we celebrate them on to their new expression of life. Most of them are still singing. I say them because I'm not singing with them anymore, but I rejoice with them. And I honor the fact that we were kids living a dream that people said, what do they think they're doing? They'll never make any money at it. Making the money wasn't the issue. It wasn't the concern. It was joy. It was raising our voices in song together. And it worked. And it's still working. And I share with you this part because I encourage you to encourage the wee ones, the children, to do things that, sing to them. that helps them realize that there are different paths for them to take. And what you do in front of them, what creatively, in everything else, they will see it and they'll say, oh, maybe I'll try that. Maybe I can do that. Because we all have a special something, a special gift that God gave us that is uniquely our own DNA. You see, we are one in the many, and we are many in the one. So we all, as they say, bleed the same, but the DNA is different in terms of our expression of the flow. So what we do next is up to us. What we do next is maybe step out of that comfort zone, because we get comfortable and I'm rocking now to show you this is what the elders at the church I grew up in used to do. They'd get comfortable on Sunday morning, they'd sit in the chair and rock and say, There was something to that too. That was their expression. They stepped out of their comfort zone every Sunday and just rocked and hummed. I ask you to step out of your comfort zone and do what it is that you feel like doing that comes naturally to you. Maybe you have to be vulnerable a bit. Maybe you want to paint, but I'm not so sure. Maybe start with going to a paint and sip class. Have a paint and sip party for your birthday. Go to a studio with some friends and they sip wine. And if you don't drink wine, something else. And just paint. And just have fun. And look at that canvas and realize that everybody is looking at the same thing and painting the same thing, but their expressions are so different. That's who we are. That's life. That's joy. Or why not look in Boston for one of a school of rock or something? We have seniors and young people taking classes together at this place in Cincinnati called the School of Rock. And you see these guitars bigger than the wee ones, and you see some of the older ones holding guitars, people my age, electric guitars for the first time, and they're bang, and it's like they're having fun. The noise every time they hit it, and once they figure out a chord, it's just, whoa, I can do this. Because it's joy, it's expression, it's creativity. So what is yours to do? What brings you that high expression of self, of love? What gets you out of your comfort zone? And what is it that makes your heart sing? I want to read something to you. And this one is by one of my favorites. And he says this. He says, we must consciously, this is Ernest Holmes again, we must consciously know that we can use creative power. The more complete such acceptance is on our part, the more completely we shall be able to use this power for definite purposes. And in another quote, it says, SMT, science of mind treatment, prayer is our superpower. So why not pray on a little bit longer and affirm that you're going to step out of your comfort zone? Affirm that you don't have any more what ifs, because you can. So you're not Michelangelo. No. I'd like to write, but I'm no Maya Angelou. But I still write because it brings me joy. So I ask you, step out, live, rejoice in the greatness, in the beauty, and the excellence, and the creativity that is you. And by doing so, I end this message with saying to you again the affirmation for today: be bold, audacious, and daring, and say, yes, I am creative. Yes, this is what I'm going to do. Yes, I am doing a new thing, and so it is. Thank you.
And so it is. Thank you so much. What a blessing. What a wonderful message. Thank you. Absolutely. Prayer is our superpower. I love that. And it's just remembering that, isn't it?
It's
Isn't
just
just
remembering in here, you know?
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Reverend JJ. And we're going to see you a little bit, in just a little bit, for our treatment to close us out. You are going to share that superpower with us in just a couple of minutes. Hold on to that thought, everyone. Stay right where you are. And we are here at this time of divine circulation, knowing that if you have been blessed by this message, know that we are here in community. We are in this place of gathering because we are here as a community and in that wonderful knowing of circulation. What we give comes back and we receive. So if you can join me in our sacred giving affirmation all together: divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And there are different ways that you can give. And just know that you can give through PayPal, you can go through the text to give amount, and all of this information is also on our website. It is cslboston.org. And we thank you for that because it gives, not only does it give us the opportunity of growth, it gives us the opportunity to grow ourselves in consciousness, because what we give we must receive. And we are also still on the New Thought Media Network at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We are there. This entire service replays. So if you ever miss us live, know that you can also watch us there. And you're watching with people in that energy, that live energy. And the workshop that we have today is available through Zoom. And the Zoom room is actually the link of our fellowship. So if you have our newsletter, it's a mason jar of gratitude. Learn how to see and feel gratitude in the smallest of things, in some seemingly impossible situations. Couldn't we all use that? The ability to, in the places when we don't see what we'd like to see, be able to change the eyes in which we see them. Because it's never about what we're looking at. It's who's looking. What am I paying attention to? What do I choose? And am I choosing consciously? So that is truly a gift. So we have that wonderful workshop that is coming up right after. It's going to be starting at 11:15. So right after service, we're going to take a brief break and we will meet you in our fellowship room. And the last announcement that I have is we're presenting a certificate for this thing called You, the class, this thing called You. This is for Karen Rick, who is going to be receiving her certificate for completion of the class. Thank you. And that is actually, we have other centers in our area, and what a gift it is that we have the opportunity to take classes with different people, different places. It is a one world family. This oneness, we are finally living that in a whole new way. All kinds of things are available. I've gone through ministerial school and completed my classes 4 years, never in person. I have taken classes with people all over the globe. We are living the oneness we speak of. Are we reaping the benefits? And just as Rev JJ was talking, we get to be bad. We get to be bold, audacious, and daring. And that's the whole thing, is remembering it. So I am so grateful for that message, so grateful for this community. And as we move through, our next thing is I'm going to pass it off to you, Rev JJ, for our treatment. And then
Yes.
you are going to take us out. Straight from there, we're going to go into our final song. And I just there's a link on our newsletter. So I sent out a correction. You can use, if you click on the pictures, it takes you right there. So it takes you to our fellowship. Also, if you go to our website, it would take you there. And this is the link. I just want to make sure people know it's that same link that we've used before for fellowship. You can always go back and look at it, or you can always do a screenshot and you have it to be able to get right into that Zoom room. And we will be beginning at 11:15. So I hand it over to you, and I am so grateful for you to be with us right here, right now in community. What a blessing.
Thank
And
you, my sister. I
can I
honor
hear
you
Oh, thank you.
because you are such a light. Boston is blessed tremendously to have you. And I'm looking forward to us doing more and more things.
Absolutely.
Let us take some things into prayer and to treatment. And let us just settle down for a moment and take a deep cleansing breath. And just release it slowly. Knowing in this moment there is only one God, one. Whether we call God the thing itself, or Abba, Jehovah Jireh, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, whatever we call the thing itself, Spirit is alive and well and living in each and every one of us. Knowing that we are the many in the one and the one in the many, I give thanks to all of those who are tuned in now and who will listen later to CSL Boston. I give thanks. I call her Reverend Sister Gina because in my spirit, she's already a reverend. She's a wonderful practitioner, and she will always be a practitioner when she becomes an official reverend. I give thanks for her taking her exams and passing them, and the support that each and every one of you are giving to her and to each other. I give thanks and gratitude, and just knowing, absolutely knowing that the people of Ukraine are going through the valley, but there is light. And all of this will be over. And people will be able to return home. I believe that. I give thanks knowing that people are eating today that may have been hungry yesterday, that people have food and shelter, that we see that this is part of our creative consciousness as well, to go out and feed those who need it, and to just love the people where they are as they are. That is acceptance. That is the me in you and the Christ consciousness expressing. Knowing the blessed success of each and every one of us, and the blessed success of Reverend Sister Gina. Knowing that you all consider ways of getting out of your comfort zones and doing what you feel like doing, no matter who says no. Spirit says yes. I know that no prayer comes back void. I know it all comes to manifestation in due season. For this I give thanks, and so it is, and so I allow it to be, and Ashe, and thank you. Let us go out with our song, And our
Absolutely.
last song is Brave, because to be bold, audacious, and daring, you have to be brave. I have to be brave. And when you step out there and you're brave, and someone may say, step back, say, I'm going to do what this song says. Put it on your iPad or your MP3 player. And when you're doing something, dance a little bit to it and say, I'm bad. Or do Michael Jackson's, I'm bad. But think about it from the science of mind point of view, bad, audacious, and daring. I leave you with this, and I leave you with love from my heart to yours. Thank you and blessings.
Yes.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast or be the backlash of somebody's lack of love.
Or you can start speaking up.
Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle near your skin. Kept on the inside and no sunlight, sometimes the shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. Just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave. Just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. I wanna see you be brave.
Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy.
Falling for the fear and dancing, disappearing. Bow down to the mighty. Don't run, just stop holding your tongue. Maybe there's a way out of the cage where you live. Maybe one of these days you can let the light in. Show me how big your brave is. Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave.
And since your history of silence won't do you any good, did you think it would? Let your words be anything but empty.
Why won't you tell them the truth? Say what you wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave with what you wanna say